Oh, over.
Bend your body and keep it.
The anaconda's in there right now. It's a nice anaconda choke that he sunk in. And
He's out. He's out. He's out. Wow. How about that for Andre Petroski?
Looks like he's got him wrapped up.
Yeah, now he's got control of that wrist.
Now the left hand's going to go to
big elbows. This could be the end here.
Shots. And plenty of time with dominant position.
He's trying to tap, I think.
Petroski just another few blows away. That's going to do it. Andre Petroski, third round TKO.
This is my coach, Eddy Torres. My second degree black belt in Taekwondo. I won juniors twice in boxing in Puerto Rico, 18 and all in Muay Thai, black belt versus Jiu-Jitsu independent crazy. You guys are about to learn some cool stuff and some fun. Yeah, so today we're going to do an hour of striking and then an hour of takedowns and a little bit of grappling. So the first drill we're going to do here, Campo, right for me? So Andre's going to touch my left shoulder. I'm going to touch his left shoulder. So when he touches my shoulder, I touch his shoulders. Right? Makes sense? Very basic, just warming up the left hand. Your jab or your lead hand will get you in trouble and not in trouble. That's your measuring stick, right? Usually if somebody wants to attack you, the first thing you should have is your hands up, right? He has to make it through my lead hand, right? So when I'm here, boom. Take a baby step, boom. Now we just did the left hand. Now we're gonna reset and throw our right hand. And the same thing, my hand goes offline, right? I don't wanna keep my hand here. Touches my shoulder. Touches my shoulder. Another thing I want to point out, when I throw my right hand, my right shoulder smacks me in my face. To the point where he doesn't see a target. My left hand retracts towards my face. The whole object of fighting is to hit and not get hit. Right? So, my hips pivot. I pull all my weight on that lead leg. Right back home. Right? So I go right hand, right back home. Right back home. So now we're going to go left and then right away. So make sure you don't hit your partner in the face. If you want to wear MMA gloves, that's completely fine. All right? So I'm going to move around. We're going to go left, right. Moving around, left, right. We both are moving our head, just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit, moving our head. The sport of fighting, if you control the distance, the timing, and the speed, you win the fight. You literally win the fight. Okay? So make sure you're not punching each other in the face. Just boom, boom, move around. Give them some feints, right? Boom, boom, and move around a little bit more, okay? Next thing I want to talk about is I always want to hit somebody when they're coming in, right? I barely ever am the aggressor. Worst car accidents are head on, right? When force meets force, right? So usually what I like to do to people is if I touch them with a 1-2, I take a back step. Just my back leg steps back, right? Because if I touch him here, it's almost like I'm encouraging him to come forward by that back step. But my lead leg has never moved. Now he can't touch me. From this distance, right, my legs are longer than my arms. From this distance, I can touch the leg or I can touch the calf. So, at the distance that I'm going to start, it's going to be a distance where I cannot hit him and he cannot hit me, right? Make sense?
Sir.
Now I step with my left punch. Left. Now I'm off balance here, so I gotta step back with the right. Look. Right. So that. From here, I reset. My back leg moves. If he swings, he's not touching anybody. Now, I chop the leg or the calf. Do not kick at the knee. Do not kick at the knee. I've seen some wicked injuries. Do not kick at the knee. Okay? So again, at this distance where we're not hitting each other, I step with the left. With my left foot lands, my left punch lands. When my right leg lands, my right punch lands. It's literally the same drill I've been doing, right? Now I've reset. Do not try and leg kick from here. I don't have a good base. Any house that doesn't have a good foundation breaks down, right? We have to have a good foundation here. As I retract my arm back, boom, good base, step back. If he throws any kind of punches, not touching me. If he throws any kick, it's very easy for me to catch. If he goes to leg kick me, I can brace into it. I'm pretty safe here, right? Now, I leg kick. Calf or quad. Make sense? After that kick, I want you to be unique. There's no right and wrong here. What I mean by that is, back, boom. You can spin on him. You can back, calf kick, head kick, leg kick, feint, shoot. Whatever your bread and butter is, you use it, right? I have a philosophy when I train fighters. We take away what they're good at. So then you rely what you're bad at. We're gonna win the fight. She had a beautiful question. Andre, come here. Where do we kick? What part of our leg do we use when we kick? Here's the kicker, all right? That kind of right? Right? When I'm kicking at the quad, right, I'm going to use 1/3 of my bottom of my shin. If I use the top part of my shin, that means I'm too close. One of our teammates just knocked a guy out for the guy doing this. He got too close, he got hit with the right hand, got put out, right? I want to use this much of my leg when I'm kicking at the quad. Boom. Make sense?
Sure.
This much. When I'm kicking at the calf, and this is why calf kicks are dangerous. If the person knows how to shake them, your foot will break. We are almost using our instep. This is what you're using. The instep to kick at the calf. When I kick at the calf, I want to hit where Andre's straps are at. That's how I kick at the calf. I don't want to go on the side. If I go towards the side and he turns his toes, I'm running into that shin bone, my foot is going to break. And I've seen it happen multiple times. Does that make sense? So if I want to kick at the calf here, I kind of want to take a little bit of an angle step, right? Step, step, back, watch my step. Boom, to the back of the calf. Make sense? I'm not a very big calf kicker. I do have 3 stoppages by leg kicks though. I love kicking out the quad. Because I know 1 leg kick is not going to knock you out. 2 might not knock you out. But by the 4th one, you're like, oh man. And as soon as somebody does this, I'm like, that leg is compromised. And Trisha stands for me. And my favorite kick of all time is throwing a big hook and chopping the back of that leg. And usually they just melt, right? Cool. So that's a beautiful question. Just understand where you're kicking at. We're gonna go 1, 2. My leg is gonna step back, but we're gonna use a lead leg now, right? To create some kind of offense as the person's coming in, okay? We can go 3 ways with this one. The only one that worries me is the inside leg kick, which is this one. That one worries me, if that's the only thing you're gonna throw. Why it worries me is because the way I'm blading my body, I'm giving him that button to punch. Does that make sense? So if I go like this, boom, and he steps in, I'm going to sleep. That's the only one that worries me. But I'm gonna show you a little trick that I do from the inside. So I go 1, 2, he chases forward, I can aim at that liver. I can go 1, 2, aim at that head, okay? Or one of my favorite kicks, I'll go 1, 2, touch the inside, touch the top. Make sense? And use that. Don't commit. If you fully commit to the inside leg kick, your hips are gonna be too turned in order to bring them back home.
Show them what you mean by that.
Yeah. So if I overly commit, you see where my hips are facing?
Sure.
It's gonna be very, very hard for me to rotate my hips back this way. Does that make sense?
Yes,
So basically the kick should look something like this. I touch, it's just a little touch. Touch, kick the head, right? It's just a quick touch. If you overly commit, you won't be able to turn, okay? Boom, boom. I can shift my body back, touch the liver, or you can do a knife kick. Everybody here knows what a knife kick is? Digging your toes into that liver. So you're practically, I'm not gonna do it hard, digging my toes right into the liver. That one is not fun, right? You can do that one, but you can go straight. You can go straight across, boom. You can go to the head, boom. Or you can do my favorite. Coach Andre's gonna take over.
Good. So, just coming back to that first drill where, I'm punching the shoulder and my partner's slipping the jab and the cross, right? So my partner starts slipping my cross a lot and he's moving that head to the outside. I like throwing this, I call it a same side kick. right? And I'll throw this cross almost like I'm trying to just like give him a distraction. Like I'm not really crushing this cross. I'm staying in good position so I can throw the kick behind it. But I'll put that glove in his face so that he doesn't see this rear leg coming. And then I'll just fire it up, right? I call it same side kick off the cross. So the same drill, right? We step on the jab, we step on the cross, but this time I'm gonna fire it up, right? So when you do the drill, do the jab and the cross first once, right? I go jab, I cross, and then next time I come, all right, I know I'm firing it. Jab, boom.
It has to be done at the same time.
Now we're gonna do the same idea, but on the other side off my jab, right? I'll throw this switch kick from my jab, and I'm using the jab to hide the kick. This Wonder Boy used to land this all the time. So maybe I jab once or twice, and I see that he's starting to slip to the outside, right? And then once I time that, I'm gonna throw a switch kick. Boom. Right? A lot of times when Wonder Boy would throw it, he would wrap that foot around with the back of the head. Especially if we're in a tighter range here. If I'm in that range where the jab actually can land, a lot of times I can wrap that foot around. Right? You want to talk about this footwork a little bit?
Yeah. So, I mean, most of you guys actually will be able to do the next thing I'm going to say. You don't have to switch your feet. When we switch our feet, it's almost because we're not that flexible, right? Like we have to compromise here. So when I throw my left high kick, I have to switch. You see how my hips are pointing in that direction? I don't jab and switch. Now my hips are that way. Now I have to travel a whole long distance to switch, right? So if my hips are here, when I throw my jab, my hips are here. They don't go anywhere. Does that make sense? It's going to be key for people that are not flexible. Okay? So as I shoot my jab, hips here, bang. There goes my kick. But most of you guys, I'm watching you kick, and it's amazing. I wish some of my students will come here and take classes. You guys have like that flexibility where you can just bring the leg up. So sometimes just go here and pop, right? Just pop. You slap somebody. I'm telling you, slap kicks in the face, put people to sleep, right? So make sure that when we're doing this, our foot should be light, pop. And we just want to slap them in the face with our foot. Does that make sense? If you're not flexible, switch. But look, I'm on the ball of my foot. Think about me taking off running, right? I'm on the ball of my foot. I'm ready to explode here. Pop. Make sense? Sure. A lot of us cannot do head kicks. That's fine by me. I can go here, boom, hit the body. It's there, right? It's there, take it. Maybe a lot of us not stepping deep with our jab. There's my knee. Anytime we knee, we elbow. And anytime we elbow, we knee. Right? Sometimes, maybe you guys are just doing this for sport. Maybe you guys are doing this for self-defense. Most fight, start here. You telling the guy, hey man, I don't want no problem, stop. I always keep my hands up, and the guy continues to put.
Never said that.
So maybe we're in this range, right? I don't want to punch here. I don't want to really kick here. We're too close. Grab his head, kneel, elbow, or elbow, knee. Right? Sometimes we're too close and we're like, what should we do? We're this close, I don't want to turn my back. Right? So if we happen to jab and we're too close, knee, elbow. Does that make sense? Or maybe we do kick. Maybe we go here. But I fall forward. Elbow. Knee the quad. Knee the stomach. Elbow again. Then move away.
One more kick that I like to use. If I'm orthodox, right, I'll switch. If I'm southpaw, obviously I can fire it right away. But let's say a situation, maybe guys like blitzing me or he's pressuring me, he throws a 1-2, right? I'll step back into my southpaw stance and I'm gonna fire this liver kick. And just like Coach Eddy said earlier, I can either land it straight with the shin, I can dig the toes, try to find that liver, and then I'm gonna follow it up with the left hand. Now the left hand, like, it's not gonna be like a powerful left hand. It's not like I'm sitting on my punch, right? It's really just disrupting the counter, right? I try to throw as many liver kicks as possible when I'm in southpaw. Whether I'm southpaw or I switch to southpaw, if I switch, I try to throw this liver kick as much as possible. I think it's one of the best weapons for opposite stance. And by opposite stance, I'm meaning I'm right leg lead, my opponent is left leg lead now. So I try to throw it. So a lot of times, the more you throw the liver kick, the more guys are going to start trying to counter it, right? So I'll throw the liver kick, and I'll just throw that left hand right behind it. Obviously, I don't have like all my weight behind it. I can't sit, but it's enough to where it can disrupt that counter, right? If I throw it and he's coming in with the right hand, and I clip him first on the inside, that now I'm safe, right? It's something in that gray area that we were talking about earlier that's going to keep me from getting hit. So one more time, right? Maybe I'm orthodox. If you guys are southpaw, you can stay southpaw, right? My partner steps in with a 1-2. I step back into my southpaw, rip the liver kick, boom, throw that left hand right behind it.
I'm going to show you like the main thing I always do to people just to get them to stop kicking me. This will work with teeth, roundhouse. It's not going to work with head kicks. Do not try to catch a head kick. Okay? If you catch a head kick, you're going to catch it with your face. No good. All right, so let's talk about the teeth. Let's just talk quick over the teeth, and then we go over the roundhouse, whatever you guys want to go. But let's talk about down the center, the stuff that hurts the most, right? When he throws, you don't have to throw teeth. So yeah, throw teeth to my stomach. Boom, yeah. Here's a big problem with that. Most people will try to catch with their lead hand. That exposes my face. That's the first thing that happens. Second thing that happens, as the kick is coming, we're trying to grab. That is wrong. Okay? If I try to grab as the kick is coming and he brings the toes up to my face, now I just got put to sleep. Right? So here's the thing. Anytime you get hit, he's got to retract that strike. Right? Makes sense so far? Good. So put some sauce in it. I caught it on the way out. Now he has to keep his balance. Right? Because he was expecting to tip me and bring his leg back down. That's what he was expecting. Right? Or what he wanted to do. So tip again. Now I grab it. Now that I have his leg, I can grab the toes. Right? Now I'm in control of this. Anytime I'm going to sweep somebody or tip somebody or dump anybody, I always add a strike. My number one strike from here is a knee to the hamstring. It's very, very hard for him to flex his hamstring, especially when the leg is fully extended. This is why we do these, to flex our hamstring, right? To make it strong. So from here, the first thing I'll do, I'll knee, boom, and now I'll grab his leg and bring it down to the mat, and then go. Right? From here, we can go into leg drag position, start punching his face in, right? Or if this self-defense, run away, unless this guy kick your dog, then we have to kick him again, right? Does that make sense? Here's the thing. We do not want to hold up that leg up there too long, right? I'm notorious for people grabbing my leg and I'm just jumping with the other leg and kicking people in the face. So we cannot do that. And another thing is, I never tip. This is a bad habit. Throwing the leg like this. If he spins and hits me, boom, I go to sleep. I never been a big fan of pulling that. A lot of us do, a lot of us pull and hit the body, which is great. But if he spins and he knows what he's doing, he's going to pull me out. Okay? So here's what I want you guys to do. For right now, boom, tip. Boom, I caught it. Right? I catch it on the rebound. Here, bring it to the outside, knee. Now bring it to the inside, down, and up. Nice and gentle. I'll show you how it works if you do it fast. Right? And then from here, we clear the legs. When we talk about the ground, and we're going to get into the ground now, we talk about the most dangerous part here, when I'm in the ground, is his feet. Is his feet. That's the first line of defense he has. He can't up-kick me and put me out. That's his first line of defense. Second line of defense is his knees. Right? Because now, even if I'm here, he can start blocking me with his knees. Third line of defense will be his hips. Next line of defense will be his hands. And the last line of defense will be his frames. Right? So if I have his leg, I go past the feet, I go past the knee. Now I'm covering the hips. Where are you going to go here? Now, boom, boom. I can start pulling that hand across here. Now I can treat him like a child, which Andre did to a guy yesterday. It was amazing. But look, how are you going to defend this? I'm going to start punching him here, right? Or self-defense, I'll put my hand on his shoulder, put my knee on his back, and I'm screaming for help, or waiting for somebody to come help me. No self-defense, and we are punching his face in. Make sense? Sir. We're going to do the lead teeth first, and always bring it. Give them different direction. Here, boom, wham. Right? Make sense? Just a teeth right now. One more time. Yup. Teeth. Yeah, got it. Boom. right? I carry it all the way over. I just don't let it go. I put my hip right there. Now I drop my knee between his legs. Boom. And I'm covering them hips. Right? I make past his feet. I'm past his knees. Now I'm covering his hips. I don't want him to go this way. So I grab my forearm and I pin it here. If he wants to go anywhere, he can start turning that way, which he gives me his back. And it is the worst possible outcome. Because now I'm going to start choking you out. Now I start collecting your arm. Now I start hammer fisting you. Right? So now you're in danger here. So I block the hips because if he turns towards me, now he can start recovering. He can start pushing. I don't want that. Trying to turn towards me. I'm not wasting energy here. I'm being self-efficient. He's wasting a lot of energy here. I'm just relaxing, right? I'm letting him carry my weight a little bit there. So, in essence, PT, knee, nice and light, down and then up, carry it, near side leg, the leg that's closest to his leg, goes in between his leg. This is called leg drag position. Lock that knee so he doesn't bend that leg. I put that leg in my pocket like he owes me money. My other leg is posted. Can you go on your knee? Yes. But I want all my weight on top of his bottom leg. Does that feel good on your bottom leg?
No, sir.
Right? So all my weight's on that bottom leg. This leg is posted now. Pinch his hips in. Right? And just hold here for a second. Then let him up. Right? If you want to show strikes, show strikes. Okay? Just do it nice and light. I'll do it by myself. And these drills you can actually do by yourself. He tipped me, I caught it, covered the toes, knee, down, and up. Down, and up. Put it on my hip, drop my knee on top of his leg, cover the hips. It's a lot, but this is grappling. Now we're talking about a whole completely different animal.
Before I show the takedown, I want to show some strikes off this. So now my partner, instead of throwing a teep, is going to throw a round kick or a roundhouse. I like to catch underneath, right? So here I'm pretty safe, right? If I misgauge it and it becomes a head kick, I'm still protected here, and I want to catch underneath here. So whether it goes to the head or the body, I can still catch here, right? Anytime I catch a kick, I like to return back. If I'm going to return punches, I like to go to the body first, right? And that can get that'll get their hands to drop, and that could go body head. So one more time, I catch, I can go left hand to the body, right hand to the head, or vice versa. Boom, boom, boom. I can pull this foot to the other side here. I catch, right? I got a good base here, right? I catch. I'm almost like leaning into it almost. Not really. But I pull it across, I can go right hand to the body, left hand to the head.
Keep going there. When he pulled my leg, he didn't throw it. Y'all understand the difference? Right? If he throws it, I'm spinning. He lets it fall right outside his foot. That basically opens up my body to get punched. If he throws it, then I'm pretty easy for me to spin. Does that make sense? And then another thing he's saying, right? Think about a body kick. 100% of the power. Go right here for me real quick. 100% of the power, if he's catching under the armpit, 100% of my power is going to go right into your rib. Most likely, if I hit the floating rib, it breaks. Okay? The way he's dispersing the power, he's splitting the power. We have two bones and one solid bone, right? So he's going 33, 33, 33, and hopefully the other percentage goes somewhere in the air, right? So we are dispersing the power that we are taking. Does that make sense? Right? So when the kick is coming, boom, we disperse that power, right? He's kind of still protected, right? But one thing he's not doing is this. Bam. Does that make sense? Right? Give me some sauce. Boom. See that? It doesn't hurt that bad, right? Don't give me no sauce. Now this, I love when people grab my kicks like that. Because you might take me down, but I'm going to get back up. And you know what's the next thing I'm going to do when I get back up? I'm going to kick, or then I'm going to fake you off. I'm going to go kick, punch. Because your hand is not there. Boom. Or if you do grab and you go like this, like it hurt you, I'm going to kick. I'm going to let you grab my leg. I'm like, oh, you want to grab it? Here, take this. And I'm going to kick as hard as I possibly can. Because your ribs are not meant to take punishment. right? Anything that's inside your arms is not meant to take punishment, right? This is what we got, like solid legs, right? It's protecting our heart. We have ribs that are very, very soft. That's protecting our lungs, but our hands are outside our ribs. You see that? I'm protecting all our organs, right? Because we are not meant to take punishment into the ribs, right? This is what we got arms. So when he kicks, I take the punishment into my arms. Now I have my butt out, and then the leg is already on the other side. He loves punching. I love knee in that quad. I mean that hamstring. It's my favorite. You can knee, elbow there, then you know come across, and you guys going to do some cool stuff today.
So first one, when my partner kicks, I'm going to catch, and I'm going to return with strikes. Boom, boom, or knee to the quad, whatever you guys want. The second one is going to be a sweep. This time I catch, same thing. I pull it across my body. I'm going to step deep here. My hand's going to come all the way across the chest, and I'm going to sweep the back leg.
Everybody here knows how to break for.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Boom, I bring it across my body. I'm stepping deep here. Oh, and we'll go right to that leg drag position, my bad. Here, I step deep. I'm coming right to that same leg drag position. I like to grab this leg like I'm grabbing like a baseball bat or a golf club. Here, put it to the back, the far hip, drive that knee across. Right? One thing I want to add here on the ground is when I go to strike, so his options are going to be frame or give me his back. Right? The only thing I don't want is this leg to come from my right side across the body. Now he can regain his guard. Right? So I want to keep this pressure on him. Now if I want to strike or do significant damage with striking, sometimes I'm going to want to posture up to strike. So we have to be aware that when I posture up to strike, I'm creating that space for that leg to come through. Right? So I have to be aware of that. I want to keep this pressure on. And if I do posture up in order to strike, I got to keep some weight on that leg. And I can't let that leg come through. All right, so the first one, we catch the kick, we return with strikes. The second time, we catch the kick, we bring it across and we sweep. And we get back to our leg drag position. All right, so we're going to just get right to this leg drag position. I get to my leg drag. This is like not, I don't want to rush here. Like I feel really comfortable here. This is a really strong position for me. Whether it's fighting, jiu-jitsu, like I don't need to rush anything here. Gravity's on my side. I can strike, I can do whatever I want. Most common reaction that I'm going to get from my opponent is this frame, right? Whether it's the hand, the forearm, like if it's jiu-jitsu and I'm driving forward, this frame in my neck is honestly the best thing we can do too. That's going to keep me at some distance. It's going to make space for if he would to pop up and try to get away. So the first thing I'm going to do is attack this frame. Right now, I can punch here, but I'm looking for this arm triangle, right? So I'll pop this, I like to pop like at the tricep here, just above the elbow. I'll pop here, I'm gonna drive my shoulder in, my hand is gonna come behind the head here, and I'll lock my hands, right? So sometimes maybe I'll punch, and I'll punch all the way through, and then I can pop, but nonetheless, this arm triangle is very high, low risk, high reward here. Now, he's got nothing stopping me from coming out to the side here. I'll walk out. Now, finishing the arm triangle. Like I've done, I was really good at finishing arm triangles, and then I went through like the phase where I felt like I wasn't finishing them at all. And then, so I went back and I like troubleshooted a lot on how to finish this arm triangle. And one thing, like especially me, like I like to like get to positions and then I'll just try to squeeze. Like I'm just like, I just gotta muscle through it. Like, and that's not the way to finish an arm triangle. The way to finish an arm triangle is if this is my arm triangle, he has his head right. Anytime I want to finish a choke, I have carotid artery here, I have carotid artery here, right? I want to shut both of those off, right? So if this is my where the choke is, the least space I can get in here, right? So I think about connecting my shoulder to my hand. If I can connect my shoulder to my hand, there's no space for blood to be going, right? So me flexing isn't gonna really help that, right? It's more of me driving my shoulder in and trying to readjust until I can get that shoulder under the head. And then the final thing is I just slowly walk. I'll just slowly walk my feet. If my feet are at 6 o'clock here, I'm just gonna keep walking, walking until I'm perpendicular, right? So I come here, cable grip, palm to palm. Everyone come over here so you can see that. Right, I'm palm to palm. I got gable grip, right? I try my best, I'll readjust, keep readjusting until I can get that shoulder under his chin. When I feel like I have a good bite here, I'll try to just drop this shoulder into the hand, right? And if he's still fighting, then I'll just walk until I'm perpendicular. I think about like slowly turning the lights out, like slowly dimming the lights. I slowly dim the lights, and that's why I'm going from here. My feet are parallel to perpendicular, and I just want to slowly do that because every time I do, it's just getting tighter and tighter. One more time. I'm in my leg drag position. He's framing. A lot of times he'll post. He might post on my neck. He might post on my head. It's a fight. I never know what he's going to do. But I'm popping at the elbow. I might punch, but I got to get that arm through here. That's what I'm looking for. Now I'll readjust until I can get that shoulder underneath the chin. I'll try to drop my shoulder, and then I'll just slowly walk. That's like the most basic, like Jiu-Jitsu 101, but you will literally see it from white belt all the way to like Islam Makhachev's hitting it on Charles Oliveira for the pound for pound #1 fighter. You know what I mean? It's like the fundamentals that'll follow you all the way. So let's work on that. We'll come around and help.
So you don't sit through on that at all?
No. I'm gonna stay hips flat to the mat. Yeah.
Any space he can give me, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
If he sits through, I'm gonna just backwards roll, and then I'm out of that choke for like 100%. You know what I mean? If his hips are flat to the ground, that means I gotta carry all that weight on my neck. If he sits through, now all the weight's on his hips, not on my neck. Does that make sense? A lot of people make that mistake. You know, if I'm gonna sit anywhere, and that's because I can't finish it, I'm gonna sit into you so I can take it back. Right?
A lot of wrestlers will try to do like, because that's like a wrestling thing. And you basically have a headlock, a wrestling headlock. So they'll try to finish it. But my goal is not to pin him. My goal is to put him to sleep.
Take the back window real quick. If he sits into me like that, I'm gonna get out 100%. But if take the back, you know what I mean? Yeah. Now I'm done here. If he sits into me, now he has my back, right? So you never ever want to sit down unless. Again, you're going to sit into the person, then you're going to do a back take, which is different. And I wouldn't risk that. I'll try and finish a side choke.
Yeah.
100%.
If you're good at finishing a side choke, you shouldn't need much more. Yeah. If you pay attention to the details and get the details right, like this is checkmate. This should be checkmate.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.